Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween! No. Welcome. It's spooky season, and we're here.
Welcome
and we're
back.
Dressed up.
Unveiled and unhinged.
I know.
Listen,
Sade is a freaking nun. Can we talk about it?
I am a nun, but that is me. That is my personality. That is me. I am the nun, and you are the devil.
Can I just say driving here was an adventure? Having Mother Teresa sitting by me. It was
great.
great.
Know the crazy part is the entire time we drove here, not one person
I know, I'm like
over or like double take.
Does no one see that we're a nun and a double
Literally no one cared.
They really didn't.
Nobody cared.
No one's aware. No one's looking at us.
That's fine.
It's probably because my tent is dark, but it's okay. They're missing out. We should have rolled the windows down next time we're doing that on the way home.
Okay.
Boop.
Anyways, we're talking about
Love is Blind.
And I'm so excited to talk about this.
Yes.
Literally, because I have recapped this episode. I'm so excited.
Okay.
There's so much to unpack.
Yes.
And I feel like...
We know you guys are watching.
Talk about first?
We know you guys are watching Love is Blind.
That's the real question. Who do you want to talk about first?
Do you want to, start with couple? Well,
I feel like we need to chronologically go through everybody.
Okay.
Because not everybody made it to the finish line.
Yeah.
Which actually
don't watch if you haven't finished, if you're not to the reunion point, because
Correct.
We're going to reveal a lot. So, Hannah and Nicki. Thoughts?
You go first.
I think Hannah is low-key abusive.
Agreed.
I think she is not very nice to him.
Agreed.
I think she's gorgeous. I never thought anything negatively about her, the way she looks.
No,
I think
not at
she's
all.
gorgeous.
Not at all.
I think if I saw them together, I would think that they were not a good match. I just don't.
To me, I just didn't feel like they looked like they would be a couple.
No, not at all.
I felt like she was abusive.
She's a little aggressive.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
I felt like he...
Who else was she interested in, though? She was interested in someone else. Wasn't she?
She was...
Oh, God, who was she interested in?
Was it Bowden?
No.
No, it wasn't Bowden, but she...
Y'all will have to help us out on that, because I can't think of who it was, but I know
because it was,
she had another choice.
It was like a whole thing.
It was a whole
she
thing.
Was all teary-eyed, and yeah, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, watching that is tragic to me. I don't know. I just feel like he could do better. I'm sorry.
I think he could do better, but also I feel like, why did you drag it that... Why did you take it that far?
For TV.
Do you know what I mean?
For TV.
Why take it that far?
Yeah.
I feel like she knew that she was not into it from the moment that they were on that beach, and that woman was like, oh my gosh, your girlfriend.
Can we talk about... That was ridiculous.
I feel like that was ridiculous.
Okay, I don't know, Zach, if you've been watching Love is Blind, but basically what happened is they're on the beach, and they go to this couple's retreat after they hook up, and they decide they want to be engaged to one another, and they're in love. They go to this resort. I forget where they were this time. Maybe it was Mexico. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But he gets on this, he's like, do you want to get on the ducks with me? And she's like, no, that's stupid. That gives me the ick.
Which, by the way, I'm like, why was she so... I feel like from the very beginning, she was so serious all the time. And I'm like, he's trying to fucking have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Just relax a little bit.
He did sell himself a little differently, though, as well. So
how so?
I mean, he came across as very cocky, which attractive, check. But also, I'm a football player. I
can see that, but remember, not all football players.
I know he was a kicker.
Not all. It depends on what position. She didn't ask me. You didn't ask the right question.
Fact.
I would have asked the right question.
Anyways, at the resort, they had these little duck things that you could race each other in the sand. And so he's like, that's it. I'm getting on it. And she's like, don't. It's going to give me the ick. Whatever. And he goes over and this cute little Spanish woman is like, oh, can I ride them with you? And he's like, yeah, let's race. Let's race to this line right there. And they do it. And she's like, oh, your girlfriend's getting jealous.
Hannah is over on the
And she's an older woman. She's not a threat. And
not a threat at all. And obviously, she just saw somebody having fun.
Right.
She was like, I'm going to have fun with that.
Right.
I wouldn't have cared at all.
No, and I love how Hannah, was when she retold what happened, it was totally different. She was like, oh, that bitch is jealous. And I'm like, no, that is not.
That is not how that happened.
That is not what happened.
Not at all.
She needs to calm down a little bit. I'm just not a fan of someone who isn't authentic. And I felt like she was just not authentic. She should have been like, you know what? I saw you and you're just not my type.
But I feel like we have to say, though, with Hannah, I feel like she is insecure. She is somebody who's insecure.
Definitely, which came across from the beginning.
Not happy where she is.
She's not happy where she is. She's not happy with herself.
I feel like, correct. And I feel like she was kind of like the belittling of him. Like, I'm like, okay, like you knew all of these things going into this. And now it's like.
But he accepted her anyway.
I
feel like she hated him. She definitely did hate him.
I felt bad for him.
Even when she was at the parents' house and she was like so nice to the parents, I was like, that is phony baloney, right?
So phony.
So phony. I mean, they were lovely. I was like, yes, does he live in his parents' basement?
I mean, his mom was really like the nicest person.
Oh my God, I know. I mean, they were so grateful to have. I was just like, oh, this is really sad.
I don't know though. Did you get the vibe that her parents were like kind of like pushing for them to like stay together?
Yeah.
Did you feel like that?
They came across weird to me as well.
They did. I mean, I feel like it was like, we know how our daughter is.
Yeah.
And we know that he's actually a nice guy.
Yeah, and you're being a dick. Yeah, and they were saying that she was like stressed out, remember? And it was so funny when Nick came into that situation at dinner and he was like, oh, do you like football? And he was like, yeah. He's like, do you want to be a kicker like me? And he was like, no. The little boy, I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. I was like, womp womp. Poor guy. I'm like,
terrible.
Like, damn, dude.
I don't remember that.
I remember it was something like, oh, do you want to be a football player like me, or something about a kicker? And he was like, actually, no. Or he was like, no. I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. But also the parents' dynamic was kind of like, I don't know, it's like history repeating itself, because like her parents seemed like, I don't know, it was like very similar to those two, right?
For sure.
But there was no way, I don't know if you felt this way, I was like, there's no way they're going to be together. From the get, I was like, nope.
I didn't see it
She's so insecure.
Out. I didn't see it working out. To me, I feel like, in a nutshell, she is insecure.
Yeah.
And
she belittles him.
She belittles him.
Because he's young, and he lived with his parents, and he didn't know a lot about, like, as much as she did, because she was on her own at 15. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm not into that.
Not into it.
Not into it. Hannah,
but also,
do better.
Like, I feel like also, like, he is free now. He is free.
And you know what? He is, like, very, like...
He does kind of
Backstreet Boys or something. Like, he gives very, like, I'm in a boy band kind of vibes, right?
He kind of is like...
Not my type, but...
Some vibes.
Yeah, very wholesome.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. He's like, there's no shame in me living with my parents. I'm like, you know what? There isn't.
There
like, good for you. Like, you had a football career and you live at home, you know. And she shamed him the whole time. Your mom loves Jesus. Your mom loves Jesus. And, you know, she really loves Jesus. And
I didn't think that was an issue. Honestly, I think that she was making issues where there weren't
oh my God.
issues.
It was just like, it was so belittling.
It was too many things. I mean, I was living for when he, like, stood up for himself and was like, you know.
Oh, when the girl was flirting with him?
Well, when she, like, remember she, like, had him sit down with her friends and they were, like, all that was in brutal. On him. And then when she finally broke things off with him, he was like, you don't think that I can take care of myself? You don't think I can take care of you? You don't think I can take care of the fucking dog?
Right.
I was living for that.
You don't even feed your own cat. Like,
it was giving, like, mommy little...
But really, if she loved him, she would not put him on blast like that either. She would have been like, you know what? Like, behind the scenes, she'd have been like, I low key love you, and like, I'm not going to make you look like a fool. And
and how about like give him an opportunity to like be a man? She never gave him the opportunity to like be a man.
I just was not. She frustrated me.
I wasn't into it. I was actually happy to see that be done.
Same. And I don't know if y'all follow Hannah on Instagram or on TikTok, but homegirl looks a lot different now.
She does.
She looks a lot different.
Ozempic. Semaglutide.
Something. Good for you, though.
I mean, good for her, though.
Good for her, but don't drag that guy through the mud.
Like, my thing with that is maybe she's looking back and she's seeing, like, I was kind of a dick.
Hopefully. Is that how the world works? I doubt it, but, you know.
She has to.
What is he doing?
She has to a little bit.
No idea. I don't follow him or anything.
I don't know, but I did see that he did go to William and Mary. I think he played college football at William and Mary.
Hey.
I do know that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
I mean, something about him, like, was cute, but he's not my cup of tea. But I also would have been like, yeah.
He's not my cup of tea, but I also thought he was a nice guy.
Oh,
and
totally.
I don't feel like she gave him a fair shot.
I
honestly think he would have gone all the way through with it, and he would have said, I do.
I know, and I hate that. That's, like, really sad.
I mean, he seemed like genuinely hurt.
Where are his bros? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. She seemed genuinely hurt. I mean, he seemed genuinely hurt.
He did,
that it was over.
But, well,
she seemed very unbothered. It was just like...
That's because that was the situation from the beginning, was like, she's not into him.
Remember they all met up and she was like, he doesn't go down on me. And remember she
was
telling
my God,
somebody that?
I forgot about that.
Remember, she was like, I've just been in a lot of relationships.
And he doesn't, like, know how to have sex with me. And he's not concerned about me at all.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
I'm just like, I don't know. I guess, like, my perspective is I would never say that about someone I was with on camera. I mean...
I don't know if I'm going to say that.
Are you shading the person you're with? No.
The person that I'm with.
You wouldn't.
With sex, but I don't know.
I would be like, he doesn't go down on me to America.
I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't think I would put on blast that like he's not going.
I bet he saw that afterward and he was like, "Yeah, there's a reason I didn't go down on you or something."
Probably.
Just saying.
But maybe he thinks differently now.
Maybe he goes down now, and he goes to Pound Town.
Moving on.
Moving on.
You Marissa.
Yeah.
And Ramsay's.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to go first?
You go first. You go first.
I think that Marissa and Ramsay's could have actually made it. I think that he is jaded, and I can say this because I've been previously married before, and I think that when you've been married before and you've also been married before, and when you get and then you go into another relationship, you are a little jaded.
Yeah.
Because it's like the what if.
Yeah.
I need to know the details of what went wrong in his previous relationship. I feel like he cheated.
I'm just aggravated with the mother. That's where I started my whole thing with the whole situation. I was kind of like, this feels. I mean, the prenup and like all the other stuff. I was kind of like,
I feel like she was a lot. Like, I get that you like. I feel that she's like hardcore.
Yeah.
And she wanted to like protect her baby girl, but also she could have been a little nicer.
Yeah, because I actually think Marissa is very cute.
She is really cute,
bubbly, fun.
But
is there dark secrets in there somewhere?
I don't know. She is
like
cute, but something about her gives like. At what point would she be annoying to a guy? Because I think that's real.
Like, I think she was annoying.
I mean, I think in some ways we're all annoying to our, to a man in some way. You are.
I know.
I love you, but you are.
Bullshit.
But it's like, at what point does that, know, like at what point does it cross the line of like, she's bubbly and
But it was more, but there was more going on. I mean, it was like, she was saying like, she struggles with endometriosis. Wasn't that her issue?
Yes.
And like, which, I mean, yeah, that's a real struggle. But it was like, here's the look into your future. You're no longer going to be having sex with me when I have this. And you're no longer getting sex at this point or this point. And it was kind of like, as a man, it's kind of like, you're already telling me that I'm not going to have sex with you because of this, this, and this. And turned it into like, and she says, oh, that's great. That means like if I get cancer, that like if I can't have sex with you, that you won't be. And that's not what she's saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, I don't know. I felt for him a lot.
I was team Ramsay's until I did see that part. I mean, I'm just like, come on. I mean, I feel like Marissa's probably freaky deaky and she was probably putting it on him.
I mean.
And then I feel like, come on, one time.
She climbed him like a tree, for sure.
And then the one time that she's like, you know what? I just can't. It's like.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like he did not handle that well.
No. She lost her luster, I think.
She did.
Moving on. I'm bored with them. They're boring.
Wait,
sorry.
Something happened with we have to talk about that before we just pump and dump them.
I'm sorry.
The Marissa and Ramsay's when they ended everything. What were your thoughts on that?
It was very dramatic.
Thank you.
She threw a tantrum. It was.
I mean,
wait. Whose decision was it? Her decision?
It was his decision.
Oh yeah.
Remember? Remember she like had the like dramatic like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
That was painful to watch. I mean, I feel like
painful.
We've all been there before.
I felt like there was a few times where I was like, "Yeah, he's not into her."
Agreed.
Right.
I don't know how she was completely blindsided.
But then, like in the kitchen, he was like all over her. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm bored by that.
Listen, that is giving. I have commitment issues.
Yeah.
And this is my easy way.
And I don't want to sign a prenup.
And
next.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Sign a prenup for money that she doesn't even have yet. That was my part. It's like, someday she's going to be a lawyer, so she will be making a lot of money.
I'm like, we're talking about some shit that hasn't even happened.
That hasn't even happened.
I'm bored by them.
I think they're boring. I'm sorry.
Moving on.
Who's next?
I don't know.
Wait, who? Okay, wait. Ashley and Tyler.
Okay. The thing with Ashley and Tyler.
We can't fast forward into what we've seen now. We have to stay in the past because the future is way different.
How about Tim and Alex? How about we go to Tim and Alex first?
Tim rubbed me the wrong way from the get.
Tim rubbed me the
Drake.
wrong way from
Isn't that what his parents call him, Drake?
Yes. First of all,
no
I
swag.
think that
no.
Yes. No swag. I think that
he's very like these items go over here and these items go here. And his
I just like my whole thing is like when they met each other's parents, I was like, what? I don't understand what his expectations were. Did you feel like he had like high expectations for her at all times and she just like wasn't able to meet his expectations?
1,000%.
I mean, it just felt like
have you seen that movie with J-Lo where the guy is like possessive of her and he expects the toilet paper and the towels to be hung a certain way? That is Tim, 1,000%. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't think of the freaking movie. It's like the man is like
this is a moment
a controlling
White
person
is going to come through for us and find out because I'm intrigued.
Okay,
who
so
is this?
It's J-Lo. Oh God, it's like something like Enough or something maybe is the movie, and the guy is like super possessive, but he's to the point where like.
I thought that he was like physically abusive and enough,
but he was
like escaping like the
but he was like this guy that like expects the towels to all hang at the same level. That is Tim, 1,000%.
You know, somebody might say it's dramatic to say that is Tim, but honestly, I could see that.
I see traits.
I could see that snowballing into
that because she is someone who is not. I mean, they went to her apartment. She's not like whatever. She lives on her own. Her stuff was everywhere, and he was like not having that. Like,
but not everybody is gonna be super organized.
Catered to you.
Do you know what I mean?
And but I could see him being like that for sure.
Is the movie called Enough?
It's Enough.
It is.
Yep.
Told you. That's who he reminds me of. Is someone who
is kind of,
and not to that level that he's abusive, but like to the point of like he's very structured and he likes his things a certain way. I mean, is he the one that has the dog picture too?
Yes, I believe
like the
so.
crown.
In his closet. I was like, this is
it's
weird.
A no. You might as well have a bag of hair in there. I'm like, it's a no for me.
You know, every season I feel like there is somebody on the show that I'm like, there's a reason why you are single.
Yes.
And you like you
Drake,
see
there
piece
is.
by piece, like you see all the things and you're like, that's why you're single.
Yeah. You can't insert someone into your life.
Ramsay's issue is he was married before.
Yes.
He has commitment
and he's a free spirit too.
He's a free spirit.
Love
that.
Love that.
But you probably shouldn't be getting married. You shouldn't.
And I loved his whole.
Why the fuck did you sign up for the show?
Correct. I loved his whole El DeBarge look though. When she said that, I was like, oh my God, that is who he looks like.
I was not feeling the like to the
I mean, I can't speak to the dreads,
I wasn't feeling the dread situation, but he is attractive. I will say that.
He has height.
Yeah, he was attractive. He not somebody that I would ever see.
What is an El DeBarge song like? Oh, that's what he was giving. He was very 80s. Yeah. But I mean, that was his vibe. And I honestly thought that back to them again, the couple that's boring. I thought they matched really well. Because I thought she was kind of like a free-spirity, but
I don't.
I don't know.
That was all. I think that was fake. I honestly think it was fake. I honestly think that the more time that they spent together and they got to like be around each other, I think he honestly felt like you're too much. Like you are too much.
Like a chihuahua.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that he is a little bit more chill than her, and she's just like, like ready to go 24/7.
Well, let's go back to Tim, right? So or Drake, whatever. No swag. When they were sitting on the couch and he was like, I don't care if I ever see you again. I was like, it was so mean. I know that kind of man. I've dated that kind of man. I can tell you right now. It was like, he expects you to not have any crumbs on you're eating your crackers but not eating the crumbs on your shirt.
Correct.
It's like, I need you to be prim and proper and perfect.
He is the type of man that has like this, whatever he has built up in his mind of like what his partner
She dodged a bullet.
Be. And I can tell you right now that she dodged a bullet because she would never meet his expectations. Ever. There is no one who's going to ever meet his expectations.
No, and I mean, at first I
thought honestly,
he was attractive.
What the fuck? Look at him. Like, for him to be that way, it's like...
Even when he was sitting there, he was like perfectly sat like this.
He's
like,
annoying. He was so annoying.
I thought she was so gorgeous. I think she has one of the most beautiful faces I've ever seen. I was like, I loved her thickness. I loved everything about her. I thought she was so gorgeous.
I think
and like
she's beautiful. I hate the fact that he wasted her parents' time
same,
and years.
Same.
Like the fact that he came over, wrote that long, like
so
all of
disgusting.
that, just to be like, I don't care.
Wait, that
if
wasn't
I ever
him.
See you
that
again.
wasn't him. That
was him.
Wait, you're right. It was.
That was him.
Oh, and her parents had MS. That's right. And
yes, her dad. And that was so
and
sad.
her mom. And her mom both. Her stepmom. Okay,
I didn't catch that. I did not catch the mom.
My dad had MS. So, like, wow. Just like, yeah, that was fucked up.
I mean, can you believe that?
No. And I, like, literally, I just thought she was so beautiful. And, like, I feel like this is one of those wounds that she will carry the rest of her life because he belittled her. Watch.
I disagree. I think that,
and he will get no dates because
I think she feels like she dodged a bullet, and I think she was just thrown off because she was like, "Wait, what?"
I don't know. I can't like him. For me, is like it's a big fat no. And if I saw him in the street, I'd be like,
I would be like, "You're a piece of shit."
Yeah, I'd be like,
because
did you put a coaster under your drink?
You know why? It's because I feel like every woman has at some point in time dated a guy that was
controlling.
Like that was like a dick like that.
Yeah,
you know.
And it's weird because I thought his parents were actually kind of cool.
Yeah, they were. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, but you know what? That's not crazy.
It isn't.
Because it's always people like that have fucking dick kids like that. Because he probably got everything that he wanted.
Was he in the military?
I don't know, but that would fit. I could see that.
I feel like he was in the military.
Well,
didn't he have like not awards? What's it called? Like ribbons or what is that called?
He did. You're right. He was, and that fits.
It fits.
That fits.
We love our military, though.
I can say that because I have experience there.
You have.
So
you do.
I can say that. That fits. But that also explains why he's a dick.
Correct. Not all military men are dicks, but
they're not.
Most of them are very hot, especially Navy SEALs. But anyways,
love the uniforms. Moving
we
on.
digress. Okay. Wait. You know who I want to talk about? I want to talk about, and I'm skipping over because I want to talk about Monica and Steven.
Why? Oh
because
my
first
God.
of all, okay, Monica looks like Sade. First of all,
you're sweet.
She is so stunning. I looked at this man when they were in the pods, and I was like, there is no way. First of all, what is going on with his eyes?
I don't know, but this is a moment where I would love for White Chocolate to flash up a picture of him because it is just like so incredibly like you see her. And first of all, let me say this.
I mean, he is attractive in his own way.
Like she is the type of girl, I think that she was going way out of her
comfort zone. Oh, for sure. And that's why she went on the show. Right.
She was taking a fucking step down. Okay?
For sure.
To even entertain.
But he was faking it and being all the things that she wanted, right?
Correct.
I mean, trying to be all the things. Yeah. I'm like, okay, first of all, is he wearing contacts? What is going on with his eyes?
There are many things that just don't sit right about him.
I am sorry.
And I know that is so mean to say about some, but he is just not an attractive person. I'm sorry.
You know what? We can say all that because he did her wrong. And you know what? Sorry. You did it to yourself, mister. Okay. Again, Zach, I don't know if you're watching Love is Blind. Probably not. But
probably not.
I know.
But his fiance.
Correct. So this man, they're together. They've experienced the pods. They're now living in life. They're in the apartment together. He like disappears for a whole night. And we've seen this before on last season. Remember that happened. And he comes back and his excuse is that he was in a sleep, what is it called? A sleep test?
A sleep test.
He was at a sleep test. And anyways, he ended up sexting some girl some really nasty, raunchy shit, right? Like,
by the way,
I want to put my dick on your whatever.
Have they ever been revealed what?
No, but I'm dying because I need to know.
I would love to know what they were.
Yeah,
somebody said that it was like a really.
It's raunchy.
It was a kink, but it was like a really out there.
Yeah. But she saw it. She saw it.
And she's the one who said it was out there.
But he did it. He did the sexting while he's in the sleep test.
Correct.
This is his excuse that he left or he didn't come home because he fell asleep in this. I'm like, this motherfucker. Are you joking?
But also, once again, we have all dated a fucking guy at some point.
Yeah.
That was a liar.
That's true.
At some point.
That's true. That's a good one, though. The sleep test. That's why I was out. I fell asleep and I was drunk. Oh, he was drunk and he fell asleep.
I don't know.
He was drunk and he fell asleep in the sleep test. I'm like, are they letting people drink at these things? I just was like, no.
You can't be like, I'm at a sleep test. I will text you tomorrow. Or
right.
There it is.
Right. No, he was like texting some other girl saying like, I want you to lick my balls or whatever in the sleep test. Correct. And then when she was like, oh, hell no, I know,
Correct.
He was like, but I was drunk. And I'm like, this makes absolutely no
sense.
You're backing up. You need to... He gave me the ick from the get. And you can say that about me. If you come across our podcast and you think that I give you the ick, oh, well, I don't fucking care. Because let me tell you something. You are a big fat liar. And ew. Okay?
I think that she dodged a bullet. And I think
she dodged a bullet.
I mean, I was living for the fact that she was like, by the way, I want you to Venmo me.
For the... Good for her.
I was living for that because I'm like,
stunning.
You know what?
She's freaking gorgeous. You
are owed that.
You are owed that at least.
She's gorgeous.
And she was so upset. I don't think that she was upset because she loved him. I think she was upset because she was embarrassed. And I feel like I would have been the same.
Correct.
Not that she should have been embarrassed, but she felt deeply like I put myself out here on this show for this reason, and you humiliated me. I mean, that is pretty fucking humiliating.
I mean, it is humiliating because it's like when you got it like that, and you can have
any man, and your choice,
and you took that leap of faith, and like you saw past the fact that you look like a Cabbage Patch doll. It's like, yeah, no,
he said look like a Cabbage Patch doll. Even the eyeballs.
Listen.
Even the eyeballs.
He looks like a Cabbage Patch doll, and you know which one I'm talking about.
He scares me.
It's a no for me.
Does he look like a garbage? What is it? What was the one that you could like?
The Garbage Pail Kid?
Yes, he's a Garbage Pail Kid. You're a Garbage Pail Kid.
He's all the above.
Ew. I felt so bad for her.
I felt bad for her, but also I feel like that was another situation.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this season, all these couples, like, it worked itself out to where that person dodged a bullet.
Well, Hannah and Monica are in the same thing to me because they're used to nice things. They are familiar with brand names. Like, I feel like the guys they chose were not so much. And I feel like
they're used to dating a certain type of guy.
Correct.
And
that's what they were trying to go away from on the show.
Correct.
But maybe love isn't blind, maybe.
Love isn't fucking blind.
It's not blind. You're
not.
like, are you blind, bitch? Love is not blind.
In the non-costume, love isn't fucking blind.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I truly don't believe love is blind.
I don't either.
I'm actually shocked that the people that made it to the end.
Yes, which we'll talk about. But no, I'm like, there does need to be a physical attraction there. Somewhat.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
I'm not coming out there seeing Steven and being like, oh, hell yeah. No, I'm like, uh-oh.
I mean, every season, that is what I think about. I'm like, you see this person, you're not attracted
There's
to them.
one that's winning. There's always one that's winning, and it's usually the guy is winning.
That's right.
Because the girl is walking out, and she is 6 o'clock, and she was Miss America, or whatever. Wasn't she like Miss America or something?
She was something like that.
She was something. Anyway, she looked it, so.
She's pretty. I think you might just think that because you just think she's really pretty.
I know, and then I'm like, that's Sade. Anyways, but
and also
I love
that
story.
for me.
Boop, boop, boop. I mean, I'm the devil.
Literally love that. But.
He does look like a Cabbage Patch doll.
He looks like a Cabbage Patch doll.
He frightens me, honestly. Oh, and didn't he lose his job? Remember that part?
Yes.
Where he was like, I'm unemployed now because I went to work, and they were like, oh, what are you doing, bro? You didn't hear what happened. I was like,
which is why she was like, no, go ahead and run me my Venmo. Go ahead and run me my Venmo, boo.
Hope you can afford it.
Correct.
With no job. I hope your sexting. Hope your sexting queen can.
But also, can we find out what it said?
Yes, I need to know.
That was where my mind went.
No, I bet it's not out.
I'm like, I want to know. I wonder if they're going to touch on that on the reunion because I so badly want to know what it said.
It was disgusting. How she was like, that's disgusting.
She said that's disgusting, but also what is disgusting to one woman might not necessarily be disgusting to another woman. So there's that.
It's disgusting because he was with her and engaged.
Or it's disgusting.
I mean,
because it's him.
We need to know.
Moving on.
Okay, Taylor and Garrett.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
I am
by
too.
Them.
I absolutely adore her. I think she's one of the cutest people I've ever seen in my life. If you are Asian and you have freckles and dimples, like I'm sold. First of all,
I think that she's stunning.
Stunning.
I was thrown off when they met each other's parents, and her mom was like crying, and like I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Did you think that interaction was weird?
I think it was uncomfortable.
I do feel like they were thrown off because they weren't expecting her to be like Asian American,
which is
like,
totally dumb.
Which is dumb because she's like gorgeous.
Yeah,
and, like my brain doesn't even like think like that.
I'm like, how culturally cool is this? Like, you get to add a culture to your family,
but it was definitely giving like, this isn't what we thought you were going to be bringing home, and we're shocked.
I don't know.
Even though my ass would be shocked because I would be like, oh my, holy shit, she's stunning.
And she's
like,
a freaking...
You want to marry my son? I'd be living for
First
that.
of all, Zachariah. So this is crazy because they honestly are a perfect connection.
They are.
Because he is a chemist and she is a clean... What do you call those?
Environmentalist.
Yes, she advocates for the wind... What are those things called? The
like clean energy,
yes, clean energy.
Okay. Yes,
yep.
And they both have a tattoo of like I don't know what those things are called. I don't know. The devil in me. I don't know what it is. But they both had a tattoo of some type of like
a molecule.
A molecule.
It was like
on
a hydrogen.
There.
It was a hydrogen molecule.
Yes,
or something like that.
I was like,
I mean, that to me is like fate type stuff where you're like, how strange.
And like when he met her friends, I was just like so impressed because like he like spoke to his feelings and like he kept just saying like, I'm so crazy about her. And like,
I think he was surprised. I don't think he thought she was going to be as gorgeous as she was. I don't think that's what he was thinking that she was going to look like.
I love them because I was like, how unique that someone meets their match. That is just as, because like I'm not dumb, but like I'm street smart. So I'm not one that's going to be, you're not going to casually find me reading a book in a corner because I'm going to be on Pinterest or on Instagram. Right. But I mean, if I was dating someone like him, I would feel a little intimidated if I didn't know the terms that he was talking about. But he like met his match where she like...
She could go.
I love that.
Like, she could go like with him on anything.
I love that. And I love how she was like, look, we took a quantum leap. And he's like, babe, actually a quantum leap is not that big. And they were like, oh shit. Like, I was like, that is.
Yes, because that shit went right over my head. I'm like, it did?
I'm like, isn't a quantum leap? Isn't that a show? Isn't that quantum?
It is.
Isn't that a lot?
What is
quantity?
The definition of quantum
I don't know. I'm dumb.
I really don't know.
I don't know. I think quantum leap is like I think quantum is like small. That's what I gathered from the show. I don't know.
Can I ask a dumb question?
Of course.
Of course.
How many seasons?
7.
It's like 7 seasons.
Okay, from the previous 6 or 7 seasons, how many are like still together? Because I've seen one.
We should have done our research.
I've seen one season. Would you say like 10%? Less.
I think probably less.
I know Lauren and Cameron are still together, kicking.
Still going.
Fucking love them.
Strong, which I fucking loved them.
God, they were like
so cute. Like they vibe.
I don't even think 5 maybe.
I've seen 2. I've seen the one
you have seen
with Kwame in it, and then
Kwame.
But did they make it? Did they go all the way?
Of course they did.
They did.
He moved across the world for her.
That's right. They did go all the way.
Listen to you with Kwame.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then the one that she said she looked like
Chelsea. Oh,
yes.
But wait,
that's it.
Yes. No, they are not together.
But they're not together.
No,
they didn't make it.
No.
Oh, you know what? That's actually a valid question. I don't even know.
We will do our research and get back to you because I would say less than 10 for sure. 1,000%.
That's, to me, after watching this season,
the fact that any of them are married is crazy.
That is what brought up a valid thing for me that I'm like, what the hell is production doing? I mean, I feel like come on, some of the things that they did not pick up on, I'm like, I'm like, are y'all doing this on purpose?
Yeah.
Or did y'all really not know?
Yeah.
I
don't know, but I am blown away by the perfect match of Garrett and Taylor because I was like, you're right, it's fate. And that just so happened to happen on the show. That could have happened out in the world.
I think they're a couple that you want to be together.
They're just you want perfect them to for each other.
You do. It's much like Cameron and Lauren. Yeah. You wanted them to like make it and to be together.
Power couple. They're Beyonce and Jay-Z.
They are
freaking badass.
How many couples per season? Roughly?
Well,
I don't know.
I think 6 we thought were going to get married and made it out of the pods and coupled up and lived together.
So according to Google, 9 couples are still married throughout the lifetime of the show.
Wait. What? So we said less than 10.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me.
It
really
doesn't.
Honestly doesn't. And you want to know what I think also happens a lot? I feel like people go into the pods and I think they act, not accidentally, but I feel like they pick the wrong person.
Agreed.
I feel like who they think they're leaning towards one way, and then at the last minute they're like, oh, no. And
or second choice.
Way.
Sometimes like the person that they're into, Zach, will like,
yep.
They'll be like, they're thinking they're number one. They're the number one pick, but they're not. They're the number two. And then the person will be rejected. And they'll be like, oh, actually, I want to be with you. And they're like, oh, great. Okay. And like, your second pick.
And that was their number one draft pick.
And that was their number one draft pick.
They're backing up, and then they have to go fumble and try to find their number two pick. I mean, I honestly...
No one wants to be number two.
Nobody wants to be number two.
Nobody wants to be number two.
No.
It sucks. No, I don't want to be your second best.
What are your thoughts on Tyler and Ashley?
I have a lot of feelings about this.
I didn't at first.
Love them, by the way.
But then after seeing things on social media, I feel like I've changed how I feel about it.
God, I hate social media sometimes for that reason, because I want to believe all is well and good. But, so, in a nutshell, tell Zach what happened.
In a nutshell, Tyler and Ashley get together.
Beautiful couple.
But it comes out that
he donated sperm.
Mind you, this is what he said.
Yes.
He donates sperm to a woman who...
A lesbian couple, right?
A lesbian couple.
Yes, okay.
But I did see that at some point, people are saying that they, like, it wasn't that way. And that, like, they actually were they were in some sort of a relationship.
Oh, boy. Well, according to the show...
I think, what I heard is that they were in, like, a swinger situation.
Yes, well, the aftermath has been very bad, but
correct.
He did not divulge this information to her.
Correct.
Saying that, like, she's like, are there any secrets that you want to tell me? Whatever. She finds out that he
has 3 kids,
has 3 children via sperm donation.
Correct.
And he tells her that he doesn't know anything about them. He's not involved.
His words, sperm babies.
And, she moves forward because she's in love with him and she wants to be with him.
Right.
And, come to find out that there's photos of him with the children and shit. I don't know if you saw that, but I was like, oh my God.
Mind you, this was after he told her that, oh yeah, I stayed home for the holidays. Remember, they totally vibed on that. 'Cause she was like, oh, I didn't do anything for Christmas last year. And he said that he did the same thing. And then come to find out, he actually was unwrapping gifts with his 3 kids.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It is bad. Okay, cut to. Can we cut to that they got married or no?
Cut to. They got married. Taylor and Garrett and
Ashley and Tyler got
married. They're the only 2 couples that made it.
I really wasn't even sure if Garrett and Taylor were going to get married because, like, the mom came in blazing. Like, she's like, are you sure? Okay, first of all, we do weddings, so we can speak to this. I don't like when there's negative at all. Like, I feel like because, it's like, and for me, I'm taking the perspective of, like, hair and makeup. But she came in like, are you sure this is what you want to do? It's not too late to, like, and I'm like, why would you say that to someone?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, going back to what I said, like, I do feel like there's some sort of underlying thing with her and her not being crazy about him marrying her.
Well,
which
she's
is insanity because she's stunning.
And smart and successful.
Successful.
No, you know what her problem is?
She matches your son's energy.
Right. Quite literally matches. So, like, I think the problem is because Taylor wants him to move to San Diego or San Francisco. Well, and they're here in DC and they want. That's the problem. That's what her problem is.
You gotta cut loose.
But we've seen that at weddings.
We have
where the mom is, like, salty because, like, they're gonna move away or her only son
just doesn't really care for whoever it is.
Right.
I mean, we've seen that before.
Right. Or, like, are you sure that that's the hairstyle you want? I just want to be like.
I mean, I will say that
I'm a devil. I can do that.
That is correct. I did love the interaction between Tyler and his mom. I think his mom was super sweet. He was very emotional, and I wasn't expecting that.
I just, like, it's so confusing because, like, imagine cameras are following you, which that is the dream. Like, cameras, you want to follow me? Come on. Yeah. But, like, that's a tough, like,
But I will say this, like, I don't want to bash him too much because I'm like, he did jump out of a fucking airplane for her. I mean he does seem like he really loves her. That seems like,
yeah, you ain't gonna get me to do that.
I mean, listen, I don't know if I would.
I do think he loves her. I just think that he should have been honest.
I think he should have been honest, but I can understand like maybe why
he wasn't
didn't want to say it is because he thought that would.
But maybe it's not a great situation. Maybe
but
it's
also I don't know. You have to
drama.
know that like when you're starting off a relationship, if you're not honest and you keep secrets, obviously that's never going to be good.
Correct. You know? Right. And how much do you want to reveal on camera? That's a big part, too.
I mean, maybe he was embarrassed about it.
Maybe he was embarrassed. I mean, maybe he doesn't know if she's okay with him saying that. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
You have to, like, I feel like you have to censor a lot of your life to be on camera. Yeah. Not that I know anything about that, but I would imagine, like, you know, if there's a lot that maybe I wouldn't want to put out there that I don't want you people to know about. Yeah. Like, I might censor my life a little bit. Now, I'm not going to hide the fact that I have children, but, you know, maybe he was like, oh, shit, maybe the mom's not okay with me saying this in this moment. You know?
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't think he's a bad guy, I will say. I don't think he's a bad guy. I mean, I don't think she would fall in love with someone that was a bad person. Are they still together, though? I wonder.
I don't think he's a bad guy. I do want to know. I want to know if they're together at the reunion.
Correct. Oh, my God, I'm dying. I can't wait for the reunion.
So what are your predictions for a reunion?
I definitely think Taylor and Garrett are fine.
Correct. I think there's still a couple.
Yeah, I think they've probably had some drama.
Yes, because I think that it's going to be around his mom
and family.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't wait to see because my prediction is little Marissa is with. Is it Boyden or Boyden? Because I think he is cute.
I can see that, and remember that was her
first.
Was that her first or her second?
It was her first, but then Ramsay
right
was.
Wait, who was first? Was it the second or the first?
I'm not sure.
I think that was her second.
Maybe. He's so cute.
I don't know.
They're together. I'll bet you. At least they dated.
I wouldn't be surprised by that if they are together.
I don't know. What's your predictions?
My prediction is that Taylor and Garrett are still going strong.
Oh, totally.
They probably hit some bumps.
Do you think any of the other cast have like hooked up?
I don't know.
What about?
I think like because who was Hannah? Like there was somebody else that Hannah.
I know. I cannot for the life of me think who it is.
I can't think of who it is, but there was somebody else that she was really crushing on.
I need to know, and that's who I think she's with.
So you do think she's with somebody?
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
She's all single, slim, and
I think she's slim and she's living her best life right now.
Well,
I don't think she's with anyone. I think Nick.
We forgot to talk about Leo.
Oh my God.
Was that Hannah's other one?
I think that was Hannah's other one.
Oh my God!
I think that was it. I think it was Leo.
It was Leo. It definitely was Leo. There is this guy named Leo on this show.
I don't think they're together.
That guy, I knew from the get what he was.
Correct.
A phony motherfucker.
Correct.
This guy, God, he got under my skin. He did.
I hope they're not together because I don't like him.
I feel like him and Monica might be together.
I could see that. I don't know. I think anyone who didn't make it, I don't think they're with anybody. But I'm just living to see what like the tea that gets spilled. I
can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening with Tyler and Ashley.
What about Brittany? Remember Brittany? That was like, I just want to be a trophy wife. I require a certain amount of money.
I think she's still single.
Yeah.
And also, I want to know what ended up happening with Hannah and her friend. Remember? And she was like all on Nick. Was it Katie?
Yeah.
What is up
They're
with that?
definitely dating. I'm putting that out there
now?
For sure.
Yeah.
They had chemistry.
They had chemistry.
She's like, maybe love isn't blind.
They had chemistry. Yeah. And I honestly feel like maybe she is not hard on him.
Yeah.
The way that
Hannah was hard on him.
She was very hard on him.
I mean, to call someone out and belittle them because they haven't lived, that's
when she was like, what things do you pay? And she was like, well, what are they? I was like, oh my God.
And he's like, well, my parents pay my phone bill. So, and she's like, are you going to pay your own phone bill? Or are you still going to be on your parents' plan? And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm going to be on my parents' plan.
Very much like Sutton, name
Yes,
them.
name them. It's like you can't belittle someone for their, inexperience.
Everybody is like,
if someone did that to my son, I would literally.
I would be pissed.
That would be shanked in the yard.
I would really be pissed. I mean, he was like such a nice person.
He was a nice.
I hope that he found love.
I hope he found love because his parents are really nice too.
Katie, because that's messy.
And his poor parents were like in love with her. They were like, if it doesn't work out, Hannah, you can come live with us. I'm like, y'all are gonna be regretting saying that.
I'm sure after they've seen these clips, they're like, fuck her.
Well, I don't know, but I sure do hope that you guys all watch the reunion because I am dying. When is this? Wait, it's tomorrow.
I'm living for it.
I can't wait.
I need to see where Tyler and Ashley are. Like, are they still a unit? Are they not?
I'm guessing no.
You do? You don't think they made it?
No.
I mean, I feel like I saw a while back that she was clapping back on people who were going in on him.
I mean, I do think their love was real.
That maybe they're still together.
She is very tough. She is very tough. So she could probably take a lot, but I just feel like being in the public eye, I can't wait for that for us, by the way. I would love to be in the public eye, but you do have to have tough skin. And when children are involved, it's a little different. I mean, either she's going to have to be like, I welcome you all, or she's going to be like, that's a little bit much.
I think that's one thing to be like, oh, it's whatever. It's no big deal. I'll be stepmommy. But it's like, no, because you're coming into a whole bunch of mess.
I feel like I saw something on TikTok where he was in photos with a child or something.
It was probably one of his 3 kids.
Oh, my God. That's fucked up.
Really,
you can't lie about that stuff.
See the receipts, and they are very cute.
Oh, they were really cute, but I'm like, why would you lie about that?
But I don't know why you would lie about that.
No. I don't like a liar.
I mean, maybe he doesn't really see it that way because he feels like I was a donor for.
Were you a donor or were you a donor? Come on.
I need the receipts on that. I need to see that at the reunion because I think that there are a lot of parts that he left out.
I love when the reunion happens and everyone walks out and you can already
where
they're sitting if the two were together and they're like.
That is correct.
I'm
living for that.
I love it. I know. And I can't wait to see if what we think is right. And then we'll talk about it next week because I feel like we need to dig in.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be juicy.
I think we're going to be wrong about everything.
I think we're on the money.
Do you?
I seriously, I really do.
I hope you're right.
Really do.
I do hope you're right because, I mean, we live for this shit. This is it's so juicy. You know?
And side note, I'm living for Beverly Hills. The trailer for that. Oh my God. I'm so excited.
I feel like that's where I belong.
I'm actually blown away that Kyle seems like she's gonna be a villain this season.
I love that.
I don't know if I like that.
I do.
I don't know if
I feel like I'm a villain.
Do you feel like why do you like Kyle being the villain?
I think that her whole life she's always been the American girl. She's always been she's part of the Hilton family. She's always been, the eyes have always been on her. The microscope's always been on her. Good for her. You should be a little fucking edgy. I feel like I feel like Paris was always that person. She was always the video came out and this and that. And Kyle's always been upstanding, her family, this, that, and the other.
True. I
want to see her fucking rock her shit out. Good for you. Put your ass out there. Be a fucking lesbian. Do your shit. I want to see it all.
Is she a lesbian now?
I don't know. But I hope she
hope
dabbled.
She is.
I hope she dabbled.
I hope she is.
And the girl she was hanging out with was hot.
I don't know though. She seemed in the trailer that she was very crushed about Mauricio.
I mean, I would be too. I mean,
Mauricio was hot.
He's hot, and he got an empire. Yeah. And I mean, their children are beautiful.
And now he's around in the street.
I am glad.
Young hot thing.
I want her to be I want her to be pissed off and edgy because you know what? That makes her fucking human. Because in the world, she has always been. She's always been the glue. She's always been the glue. I mean, good for her. Unravel, bitch. I want to see that shit because you know what? You're human, just like the rest of us. Unravel.
Well, we're getting off topic again, but also stay tuned, everyone, because we will have lots to say about the reunion.
I'm living for Sade being in a nun outfit and saying fucking this and fucking that. I'm I love it. But you look very pretty.
Fitting.
Love you.
Cheers.
Cheers to the reunion next week.
Love
hey. Boop. See you next time.